I'm here again with another copy from Ning. Yeah, yeah, I like Ning. like the thought process the guy used to put into his copy. So he wrote this copy to sell his short. The leading sentence. Let's take a look at this leading sentence. He said, "Would you eat a plastic credit card for dinner?" Because if you use table salt from your local supermarket, often that's exactly what you are eating and feeding your family. So from the first question he asked in this leading sentence. He said, "Would you eat a plastic credit card for dinner?" So if you see something like this, like you are curious, like you are damn curious, like why will I eat a plastic credit card for dinner? Do you know what you are talking about? Then he said, because if you use table salt from your local supermarket often, that's exactly what you are eating and feeding your family. Now it's down on you like what? Like 99.9% of people reading this copy, like the prospect, what they use is table salt from local supermarkets. So they'll be like, so I've been eating credit card, like plastic credit card. Then he said, and feeding your family. If you are the only one eating it, you might not feel it that much. Then when he said, and feeding your family, then the fear, like he has triggered the fear. Like you are scared already now. Like you be like, so I've been feeding my family plastic credit card since all this while, just by using table salt from local supermarket. This is a huge claim already. Then he backed it up by saying shocking new National Geographic study reports. Shocking. This thing is shocking, like a shocking new. This thing is an intriguing one. Like it's not an old report, it's not an old study. Like, this is something new. This is something happening at the moment. 90% of the table salt in your food is laced with tiny pieces of plastic garbage. So it's not telling you with some percentage, like it's not telling you percentage of a higher percentage of your table salt is laced with something. It's telling 90%. Like he's specific with his claim. 90% of the table salt is laced. Like you are scared already with all these things you read from this headline. You are scared. Like so the salt I've been buying from local supermarket is laced with plastic garbage. And this is another image. Like this image alone, like what if everything you've been reading since from the headline, this image is a visual representation of it. And this image will make it so clear in your head. With this image, it has triggered more fear in you. Like, this thing is crazy. So what's the next line of action? Then he said, today, Abba Jane's Kitchen has a solution. Read below to discover how you can grab a free bag of the richest, crunchiest, and best tasting salts in the world. So one thing John Carlton always said is this light fire under their house, but make sure you put water to quench the fire immediately. So you see, he has triggered the fear in you, like you are scared already. But one thing you should always do when you are writing a copy, like, if you are making use of fear, if you use fear, make sure you give them you help quench the fear immediately. Like so they won't be too fearful, like they won't be too so scared. They will just exist your page, they will sulk away because they are scared, like and the scared has paralyzed them already. It has made them not to take any action or do anything. So this is exactly what he did by telling them they are going to get a free bag of the richest, crunchiest, and best tasting salt in the world. And if you notice, he said free. Like that free word there also has this emotion it erupts in humans. Like, you're like this thing is free. Even if I don't want to take interest in it, let me just check it because it's free. But with what he did above, like you just want to take interest, like you are interested in what he wants to say because it has triggered this fear in you. Like you want to know what's happening, how you've been eating plastic garbage, what's all this. Then he moved on to his copy. He said every year humans dump 8 million tons of plastic garbage into this ocean, which is unfortunate because that's exactly where your table salt comes from. With this, he said every year humans dump 8 million tons of plastic garbage into the ocean. Like this is something you might know and you might not. You might know humans dump plastic of garbage, tons of you might know they dump tons of garbages into the ocean, but you don't know that it's this huge amount of plastics. So it's telling you like every year, like annually, they dump 8 million tons of plastic into the ocean. So now you are getting more interested. Like all these things are backing up the claim he made in his headline that you are eating you are eating plastics. Then he said, which is unfortunate. Yeah, because that's exactly where your table salt comes from. So if you don't know your salt comes from ocean, then you are knowing now. Then you are seeing some correlation between why dumping plastic in the ocean is affecting your salt. This garbage breaks down into tiny pieces of plastic called microplastics. And salt from the ocean crystallizes around this microplastic, which become the core of most salt crystals, which means when you sprinkle it on your steak, veggies, or french fries, you are literally eating tiny pieces of plastic bags, water bottles, and other garbage. So with this, like he has explained, he has showed you how eating salt from local supermarkets is the same as eating plastic credit card. Like he has to explain it to you. Then you know it is not a clickbait. Like he's not saying nonsense. He's not making this huge claim in his headline. What he has been saying is true. Then there is an image showing you of an ocean where they've dumped different reviews and different plastic garbages, different plastic garbages. So you get to relate, like you will be relating with this. This ocean water where your table salt is harvested is filled with tiny broken down pieces of plastic. According to a study published in Environmental Toxicology and Chemistry, even after explaining all these things, he's backing it up with proof immediately. And he has explained it in a way where you have to believe. Like the explanation is clear enough for you to believe. But we have some guys that are skeptical. So based for this prospect that are skeptical about this, then he backed the claim up immediately with the proof. Like the average adult consume approximately 2,000 microplastics per year through salt. Like this alone, like I'm telling you, this study was published in Environmental Toxicology and Chemistry. That average adult consumes approximately 2,000 microplastics per year through salt. So you are getting to see the relation. Like you are getting to see that this guy is not just making empty claim. Like these things are not just hype words. Like these things are true. That's enough to create an entire credit card. So he's telling you all these things that I'm saying. He's showing you that everything he's saying is not bringing it from his head. Like they are true. Like these things are the facts. This microplastics in your stores problem has triggered a slew of new studies. Then another proof. Journal of Hazardous Materials, Environmental International, Global Pattern of Microplastics. These are proofs. And you know what's scarier? Due to ever increasing pollution rates, it's only going to get worse. You are like he's still hammering on that fear emotion that he has triggered earlier. Although when he triggered it in his headline, he gave you a solution, like he quenched the fear a little bit, but he's still triggering it. He's still hammering on that fear emotion. Scientists discovered that 4 out of 5 adults have this toxic microplastic in their blood. Another proof. Then it's showing you scientists tested 22 normal men and women. 17 had toxic microplastic in their blood. It's still hammering on that fear again. Thanks to your table salt plastic toxins, thanks to your table salt, plastic toxins are seeping into your like every part of your every organ in your body, like the liver, the thyroid, the thymus, stomach, pancreas, intestine, reproductive system, urinary system, kidney, lungs, like every organ, like all these are main organs that deals with that give you this wealthiness. So this microplastic are seeping into it. So it's showing you like this is an image to explain. Like it's showing you, it's making it vividly. Like it's showing you everything. Like it's showing this visual representation of everything. So it's going to be alive in your head. Like it's going to be as if you are watching a movie and more. Holyoke Medical School found that this microplastic cause cell death, allergies, and cell wall damage to human tissues. No wonder so many people in the Western world struggle with heart issues, blood pressure, and more. So it's telling you, like, if you continue eating this salt, using this salt, these are what is going to happen to you. In fact, as you will see, the whole salt raises your blood pressure thing is a big misconception, and it's toxic, chemically processed stable salt that is to blame. So there are some times too that I heard this claim that I heard this stuff like about salt raising your blood pressure. So it's telling you like, so you want to sell salt, and this might be one of the what's it called? One of the objections these guys will have, that but we heard salt always cause blood pressure. Then it's breaking the objections now. The objection now that it is a big misconception. Like not every salt cause raises your blood pressure. It's only the toxic chemically processed table salt that is to blame. And that table salt is the one you are getting from your supermarket. The one he is selling against now. Then he said supermarket table salt is in everything, including your french fries, your bread, your meat, your condiment, your cereal, your cheese, your nuts, even your yogurt. Like so you are not free from this thing. You can't say, I'm a vegetarian. And this thing is in virtually everything. It is in your bread, your french fries, your meat, your condiment, your cereal, your cheese, your nuts, even your yogurt. So you are not free. Whether you are a vegetarian or you are not, you are still eating this salt. Which means your table salt is poisoning your organs, dripping toxic plastic into your veins, and aging your body faster than ever. All these things, like, it's triggering the fear. Like, you are fearful, you are scared already. Then he also said, today I'm going to show you how our Jane solved the world's salt problem, how you've been lied to about salt being bad for your heart, and the one kind of salt free of ocean-borne microplastic that actually supports healthy blood pressure, and how you can grab a bag of the world's tastiest, richest government salt for free. He light fire under the prospect's ass, and is using water to quench the fire. Like, it makes them fearful, but it's also giving them the solution. Then it gets into introducing the guru, like the guru introduction. Hi, my name is John Cows, pronounced as Kwas. I'm the founder of Ava Jane's Kitchen, a health food company named after my daughter Ava Jane. Our mission is to bring the best tasting food on planet Earth to kitchens everywhere. My job has brought me to amazing places like Panama, where my wife Amy served incredible waves on both sides of the country. This is an image, like that's me. This is an image of the guy. Beautiful French vineyard sitting on idyllic hillsides, Morocco's beautiful coastline of ocean waves crashing into rolling sand dunes, adventurous safaris in Botswana filled with lions, giraffes, and elephants, and more. So this is another image showing you like this guy always go for vacation. Is this traveling guy, he likes traveling. When I travel, there's part of me that always has my eye out for the most amazing, delicious foods I can bring back and share with the world. But it all started, I was just but before it all started. So one thing is trying to show you like it has this it has this passion for bringing in food that's going to help everyone. Like he's after making the world healthy by providing good food for everyone in the world. But he's telling you like, but before it all started, he was just a normal guy with a passion for amazing food. Just like you, I had no clue this old microplastics in your salt problem existed. Let me tell you about the light bulb moment where I knew I had to bring the most amazing, delicious salt I've ever tasted to kitchens around the world and make Abajen's kitchen a reality. This is a back end story, like discovery story, how he discovered. So he has moved from telling you the story of the guru to how the guru discovered this product he wants to sell. Aladdin's Kitchen, a story that began with family vacations in a Mexican paradise filled with love, suffering, and delicious food. Ever since my wife, Amy, and I had our daughter Abajen, we love taking family vacations to the southwest coast of Mexico. This is an image of this southwest coast in Mexico. Like this place is a serene place. Our favorite spot was Sayulita, a region filled with crystal blue water, incredible culture, and some of the best homegrown food we've ever tasted. As a family, we would surf, play on the beach, then gorge ourselves on fresh fish, tacos, and coconuts. We fell in love with the place. In 2015, we moved to Sayulita and began raising our daughter Ava Jane there. In a paradise we now get to call our own. A few years ago, I was standing on the side of the road in Colima, Mexico, when the answer to the world's salt problem fell into my hands. One day, I was taking a leisurely drive when I stopped at the stand. They were selling fresh grown pineapples, coconuts, and big bags of salt. I was never a big salt lover, but something about this salt caught my eye. It didn't look like the powdery you find on a supermarket shelf in the United States. The granules were bigger, whiter, and crunchier, and the local guy kept waving his hand emphatically, waving about how more delicioso the salt was. On a whim, I bought a half-pound bag. So this is an image of the salt showing you how the granule is bigger, how it is not this powdery salt you can find anywhere. I took one taste of this rich mineral salt, and everything I thought I knew about salt was turned on its head. The salt tasted amazing. I took a pinch, pumped it in my mouth, and from the moment it hit my tongue, my world changed. The flavor exploded in my mouth. The salt was moist, crunchy, and had a natural flavor totally different from the powdery chemical taste I was used to from supermarket salt. I had some coconuts, some tacos after, and somehow they tasted way better. The salt enhanced the flavors of any food I put it on. I sat there stunned, lost in a world of flavor as I enjoyed this incredible rich salt. That day, something clicked for me. A light bulb went off in my head. I knew I had to share this crunchy, amazing salt with the world. And that's how Avajane's kitchen started. This is the discovery story. This is how he discovered this salt. So, if you notice how he's told the story, like he tells the story in a way, like it's active, use all these active words. So it's make it um imaginary, like he told the story like in an imaginary form. So I laugh now when I tell the story because it may seem ridiculous that I started a whole food company because of salt. Yes, it is ridiculous. Even I am laughing like this thing is ridiculous. But once you take a taste, you will understand it's that good. I quickly moved to make my salt dream a reality. My vision, put this in kitchen around the world and have men and women everywhere enjoy this marvelous salt for themselves. That was just the beginning. As I learned more about the harvesting of salt in the region, my mind was blown. The reason why the salt in this region is the richest and best tasting salt in the world is because it's harvested totally differently from every other salt you eat. Even pink Himalayan and kosher salt. And so you might have heard that all these chemically processed salt are bad, and you've changed to using pink Himalayan salt and kosher salt. But he's not telling you like this Avanje salt that I discovered is even better than this pink Himalayan salt and kosher salt. Let me explain. I was 2 miles away from an ancient Aztec lagoon where local salt farmers harvest one of the only sources of freshwater salt in the world. It is an image showing you how it is being harvested. This is a map to show you like this place is a real place. It's not some a place where I just formed in my head. It's called the Cuyutlan Lagoon, and it's located just south of Puerto Vallarta on Mexico's beautiful west coast. Local Zalinero salt farmers have been harvesting salt here for centuries. Local tribes would trade this rare salt with Aztecs, and it would be revered by both village people and rulers for its incredible taste and health benefits. To this day, people still find ancient relics in this lake like you see here. So these are the relics. These are actual Aztec relics found in the lagoon where Avajen's kitchen salt is harvested. He said they have been harvesting salts here for centuries. So he's backing it up by telling you like these are relics there. So, and you believe where there is relics, it means there are a lot of things that has been going on there for a very long time. At this time, my wife, my daughter, and I marveled at the taste of food in this region of Mexico. When we discovered salt was behind it all, suddenly it all made sense. See, the geography of the Cuyutlan Lagoon is unique. So, it's showing you an image of how the lagoon is. The salt air was deposited from an ancient sea that dried up millions of years ago, before plastic or humans ever existed. So it's telling you like what he's preaching against is plastic. He's preaching against plastic. And we know that humans are the ones dumping plastic in rivers, in oceans. So it's telling you like the salt in this place has been deposited from an ancient sea before humans even existed. The water in the lagoon flows down from pure mountain springs, not the ocean. The water from this salt, like the water where this salt is discovered, flows from a pure mountain springs, not the ocean where there are plastics. I didn't know that there would make I didn't know that did I didn't know that would make that big of a difference until a team member handed me a piece of paper that knocked my socks off. Take a look for yourself. And this is what's it called? A proof to show you like there's no plastic pieces found in the salt he wants to sell to you. Like this Nutri Data, and this is one of the company that regulate food and label food in US. Like, so this is a proof showing you like this is real. It's not just making this it's not making mouth. Like it's not just hyping this salt. This lagoon is one of the only sources of salt in the world that is not contaminated with ocean plastics. My team member had rushed a sample to the salt of the salt to a nutrition lab back home, and the salt came back 100% free of ocean-borne microplastics. In other words, the Kuyutla Lagoon is one of the only sources of salt that is free of ocean-borne microplastics in the world. Stunned, I moved to hit the gas on rushing this salt out the door even faster. And the more I learned, the more excited I got. Here is why Ava Jane's kitchen tastes better and is far healthier than chemically processed supermarket salt. It's getting into the unique mechanism of this product now. Like it's getting into the unique mechanism. In the US, most of the salt you eat gets spit out of a chemical plant. These big salt companies don't make food, they make chemicals. Their older products include cleaning agents and polymers used in industry and agriculture. And your table salt is a byproduct they sell to increase their profit margins. These big salt companies manufacture salt by pumping ocean water into a giant metal tank. So this is an image of an industry or a factory where the salt is being produced into a giant metal tank and then cooking it to super high temperature to boil off the water and algae. The intense heat used in this process separates salt into its molecular parts. Sodium, a slippery metal, and chlorine, a poisonous green gas. When the mixture is cooled, the molecules reform into refined table salt and the bits of toxic plastic. Unfortunately, this process also strips the salt of healthy natural minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium. Then they bleach the salt, iodize it, and add anti-caking chemicals. Believe it or not, even pink Himalayan salts and other supposedly healthy salts are processed like this to some degree. So like it's going to believe you might have already like but pink Himalayan salt is different, and we also have some healthy salt out there too. So it's breaking that belief, like it's smashing that belief now that even all those salts they are processed this way to some extent. Like they might not be processed like this way exactly this way, but they are processed this way to some degree. 96% of this refined chemical salt goes to salting icing roads, chemical labs, and other uses. The leftover 4% ends up on your dinner table. Salt consumption by end use US 2015. This is a proof of the claim he made. This salt is for chemical, is for road and all these stuff. So this is a proof to show you that most of the salt hiding in your food was made for icy roads and chemical labs, not for eating. In other words, the salt you are sprinkling on your food was not made to be eaten. And this toxic plastic salt is hiding in your salt shaker, your fries, your cereal, everything. Abajane's kitchen salt, on the other hand, is harvested through a totally different process. Like even this is what he did with this section is this. He did a lot of things. Like he talked about he made out the salt industry as your common enemy. Like they are the one feeding you bad thing. He triggered fear in you by telling you what you are eating are chemicals. They are not meant to be eaten. He showed you how these things has been dangerous to your health by showing you how the salts are processed. It breaks the belief you have about other salts out there that are different by telling you all these salts too, they are also processed the same way. Then said James kitchen salt is hand harvested by local salt farmers and laid out in the hot Mexican sun to dry. As a result, it is tastier, healthier, and rich in the natural minerals your body needs. So this is it. He has gotten into the unique mechanism of the solution by telling you how his own salt is different from others. Like this is something my salt is doing that others are not doing. In Colima, Mexico, salt harvesting is totally different. Local salinero or salt farmers use buckets to collect lagoon water. They then pour this water out onto pans outside in the sun. The sun evaporates the water, leaving beautiful pristine salt. Once all the water is gone, salineros use brooms to push the salt into big mounds. Then they use wheelbarrows to bring them into a facility for packing and shipping. That's it. There is no superheating or cooking which strips the salt of all its natural healthy minerals. There are no giant mixing tanks or chemical added. There is just pure mineral salt from good old Mother Earth. So it's showing you like this thing is pure, like it's natural. There is no artificial process to it. Just by sun drying and just sun drying, just harvesting the salt from the water and sun drying. That's everything we did there. After that, we package it and sell immediately. Richer in natural minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium. And if you notice earlier, I said due to the overeating done by the machines and everything they did in the industry, like the salt, the ocean salt ended up losing its magnesium, potassium, and calcium. But it's telling you like these are salt still has its magnesium, potassium, and calcium because we are not processing it with any engine or machines, and it actually supports a healthy heart. So you see, it talks about how his own product is unique, like the unique mechanism of the solution he's bringing to you. From that place, he talks about what is lacking in his competitor's product that his own product has. Then it moves into telling you what you are going to gain, what you are going to gain because his product has all these things that his competitor's product does not have. You can taste and see the difference between Abaje's kitchen salt and chemically refined roadside salt. So this is an image to show you the difference. Like this Abajen's salt. Abajen's salt is crunchier and it has this granules, big granules. But this chemically refined salt is in powdery form. Refined salt is powdery and has the chemical aftertaste. Abajen's kitchen salt is crunchy, rich in minerals and delicious. Pour a handful of salt out and you will see the refined table salt you find at your supermarket is fine-grained like sand. It's stripped of all its natural minerals, laced with microplastics. It leaves a chemical taste in your mouth and it's not good for you. To me, it's a real no-brainer. Would you prefer to eat chemically processed salt spit out of a factory meant for laboratories and icy roads? Or would you want to enjoy beautiful, rich, natural mineral salt straight from good old Mother Earth? So like this place is telling you it's trying to compare, like he's comparing both now. He's comparing both products. Comparing his own product, his own salt with other chemically processed salt. And he wants you to change, like he wants you to make a decision now. That's why he's asking you this question like, will you prefer to eat chemically processed salt spit out of a factory meant for laboratories and icy roads, or you would want to enjoy beautiful, rich, natural mineral salt straight from good old Mother Earth. Give me number two all the way. So he make the decision for you. Like he's telling you, like this is what I'm going to choose. This is what I'm going to choose, and he's sure that this is what his prospects are going to choose to. The difference in taste is truly mind blowing, and it's way healthier for you too. In fact, a recent study out of Boston University School of Medicine recently found something eye opening. Most people believe that salt raises blood pressure. You know, he said salt doesn't raise blood pressure. Now he has a proof to back the claim up. Yet recent studies show that there is a huge show that's a huge misconception caused by chemically processed table salt. Ever heard that sodium raises your blood pressure? Surprise, surprise. That misconception was actually caused by studies done on refined microplastic laced supermarket salt, not natural mineral salt. In other words, your table salt is to blame and our James kitchen natural mineral salt is the solution. Our natural mineral salt is actually good for you. It's filled with heart healthy minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium that your body needs to function properly. Plus, it's crunchy, moist, and delicious. So this is image of some foods. If ever tasted homegrown fruits and veggies and compare that to a store-bought ones grown on a factory farm, you know that natural food bursts with flavor. Salt is no different. So he's now comparing salt with food. Like we all know this, we all have this belief that organic food, like this homegrown fruits and veggies, like they are good compared to all these store bought one. Like imagine you have a farm in your house and you plant some veggies, you plant tomatoes. You know it's good compared to it is more better compared to the ones you got from a store. And so he's comparing the salt with the food now. Salt is no different. Just like a juicy homegrown tomato, Avajen's kitchen Kolima sea salt bursts with flavor. Sprinkle some on a slice of tomato and try it. The difference is remarkable. The salt enlarges the taste receptors on your tongue, enhancing each flavor and nuance in the food. Like what he's doing here, like he said this Avajen's kitchen salt, apart from being healthy and having all this mineral that you need, it is also different. Like the taste is different from the normal salt. So it's telling you how the salt how the taste is different, how the taste of the salt is different. It's telling that the salt enlarges the taste receptors on your tongue, like enhancing each flavor and nuance in the food. Try it on dark chocolate. Chocolate will actually taste sweeter. Some people even add a dash to espresso to counteract the bitterness. So, like some guys can even add it to their coffee. You can sprinkle your Kolima sea salt on your steak, add a pinch on it to your omelette, toast a dash onto your kale chips, sweet potato fries, or French onion soup. And the salt will do what natural salt is supposed to do, enhance the rich flavors of your food and make the flavors explode in your mouth without giving you blood pressure problems. Avajen's kitchen salt tastes amazing. It enhances the flavor of your food and it's actually good for you. Just check out what some of our past customers had to say. Like these are testimonials. These are testimonials. These are testimonials. 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 Then you move on again. The way I see it, if you are a health conscious person, you probably insist on organic fruit and veggies and grass fed meat. Why not salt? So he has already compared organic food with inorganic food, like these foods that were grown in factories and all these things. Now he's comparing again. He's still on this comparison. Like if you are a health conscious person, like you probably insist on organic fruit and veggies and grass fed meat. So why not try organic salts too? He's comparing both now. James Kitchen Kolima Sea Salt product revelation. Although he has been doing that since, but this is just like the main product revelation that he had to do in his copy. And just the richest best tasting natural mineral salt in the world today before it's all gone. Discover below how you can get a free bag today. He said this in his headline that you are going to get a free bag of it. So he's telling you how you are going to get a free bag. Avengers Kitchen is one of the only places where you can get salt that is free of ocean-borne microplastic in the world. This is the scarcity. Like you can't get it anywhere. It's only one of the few places you can get it in the world. Thousands of men and women with home kitchens just like you. Today, I want to send you a free bag of the tastiest LDS salt in the world. So you can experience it for yourself. Be fancy with it. When you get your bag, take a pinch and sprinkle some on your steaks. Feel how coarse, moist, and rich it is. Habanese kitchen salt is naturally antibacterial, so don't worry if you lose any or get it on your table. Enjoy this is another benefit of the salt, like it's antibacterial. Enjoy the explosion of flavors from each crunchy bite and repeat with every meal. And here is something that is important to me. When you are done, go ahead and lick your finger. It's amazing. Would you lick chemical refined supermarket salt off your fingers? No, it's gross. Like no, this chemical refined salt is what you've been using before, but it's making you hate it. Like he's pitching this salt against, yeah, he's pitching you against this salt. Like he wants you to hate it. Then he said, no, it's gross, but you will with our salt. Give it a try for a few weeks and see how it goes. I think you will absolutely love it, like so many of our followers do. Another testimonials of people that bought the salt. Our Colima sea salt can only be harvested 6 weeks out of the year during Mexico's dry season. You know, he said it earlier that Avajen's Kitchen is one of the few places you can get this organic salt. Like he used that to build scarcity for this product. Then he's now saying it again. Like not saying it again. Like this thing is scarce. He's now showing you another reason why it is scarce to make you believe it. He wants to increase the believability of that claim that this thing is scarce. Then he said it can only be harvested 16 weeks out of the year during Mexico's dry season. We recommend you grab your bags fast because there is a limited amount we always sell out. And one thing is doing this for, like another thing is using this proof for by telling you like this can only be harvested in 16 weeks of the Mexico's dry season. Like he wants you to buy more than one bag. Like he wants you to buy maybe 10 bags, 6 bags, or 15 bags. That's why he's telling you like this thing is scarce. It can only be harvested for 16 weeks. As amazing as our salt is, there is one big problem. In Colima, Mexico, there is a wet season and a dry season. If it rains, the hard work of the salt farmers will go to waste, which means Colima sea salt can only be harvested during the dry season, which is just 16 weeks out of the year. This is a real limitation to how many bags of Colima sea salt we can ship. And depending on when you see this page, we may be running low on supply. That's why we recommend you grab your bags fast. We recommend stocking up on enough bags to last you the whole year until the next harvest comes around. If you are on this page right now, the big colorful buttons are still at the and the big colorful button are still at the bottom of this page. You are in luck. We still have bags left for you. I saw even notice one thing, like he did a lot of things with these things. With this thing he did here. Like he built scarcity for the product by telling you it can only be harvested 16 weeks. With that, he built urgency, like you have to get it quick. Because since we are not getting much salt, we didn't ship in much salt, it is possible that it's going to finish very soon. So make sure you get it. So you need scarcity, urgency, and it's also telling you to buy more. So you did three things with this alone, with this session alone. I recommend stocking up on 6 bags of Colima sea salt to last you through the year. We'll send you an extra bag as a free bonus. You see? He wants you to buy 6, like he has gotten into his offer, or you can grab 3 bags which should still cover you for a few months. Or if you are not totally sure yet, feel free to grab a free bag to try it out. All you have to do is cover the small shipping handling fee. I do recommend stocking up so you can avoid any out of stock situations because the supply chain is an issue right now. So we have no clue if and when we will be able to restock once this season's harvest runs out. Considering that thousands of people are seeing this page right now and our bags of salt always sell out. I wouldn't wait any longer. Go ahead and click the button below that works for you and grab 6 bags of Colima sea salt or however many bags you prefer to taste the magic today. This is the offer. Like now they've made the offer in a way like it's either you take the 6 bags or you take the 3 bags or you and if you are still skeptical about it, you can just go for the free bag. But if you are smart enough, you will know that taking this free bag and these 6 bags, even that taking these 6 bags is the right offer for you. Why? Because if you take the 6 bags, you will get $115 off, and everything is free. Like you have this free shipping, you have lifetime guarantee, you have all other things. If you take the 3 bags offer, like you have free shipping too, but it is $75 off. If you take the free offer, it's only 25% dollar off, but you have to pay the 6.99 for the shipping. So if you are smart enough, you know that taking these 6 bags is the best offer for you. And they are not telling you that they are not showing it to you like this is the best offer. They want you to decide it for yourself. That's why they even said the most popular offer is 3 bags. So you are the one that will do the calculation yourself, like so I have to get this 6 bags because it's going to help me save money. Every bag of polymer sea salt is covered by a lifetime guarantee. Like, they also have a guarantee. And remember, we have a limited supply. They are hammering on this urgency and scarcity. Telling you like you have to act now. They want you to act now. They're telling you like this thing is urgent. Act now. And they are supporting that urgency with a claim like this thing is scarce. And this is the reason it's scarce. It is scarce because we only harvest it um 16 weeks out of a year. Like that's what they are using to back up the scarcity. Thank you for reading. Click one of the buttons below to grab your salts today. And here is to healthy eating, my friend. John Crass. Frequently asked questions. These are the FAQs, the CTA again. And this is the end of the copy. Like the copy is a great one, and it's something you would like to check out to familiarize yourself with the thought process behind the copy and how the copy works. And I get to know that the copy also has been doing greatly. Like the copy has been converting very well. So it's a great copy. I'll drop the link to the page in the description section below. So kindly check the description below to get the link to this copy so you can familiarize yourself with it and get into the thought process of Ning. If you learned something new, tell me in the comment section and make sure you like this video. If you are joining us for the first time today, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification button so you get notified anytime I drop a new video. Thank you.